Good morning. It's just after 6. I'm headed to the Gravity Soul to go race dual solemn. And then tomorrow, I'll be up at the Boyer charity ride. So it's going to be a long weekend this weekend. All packed up. Got my dual solemn bike, just my trail bike. I changed the tires. I'll do a bike check when I get there. And then added a bunch of air to the suspension. And then my practice bike for the charity ride.
Square, then turn right.
Just finished practice, eating sandwich number 2 from Sheets today. I got my products set up over there. Track is ripping. The new top framed the double right off the bat. But now I'm hitting everything consistently, so I'm not too worried about it. But we'll see how quali goes. There's quali, and then I think there's another open practice after. So hopefully I quali good, so I don't have to go up against anyone super fast. But we're looking good.
Okay, well, that's not
0-1 advantage.
Woo! Number 1, let's go. I'll update you later, but did good, had fun. I'm smoked. Can't wait to ride 120 miles tomorrow. Woo. Peace out. Hello. It's just after 2. I just made it. That ended up being a really hard drive because I had to drive a bit, and then I ended up napping a couple different times because I was getting so tired, but made it. And now I have to wake up in like 6 hours to ride all day. So plan for today, I guess, is I want to do 10 laps. That's going to be kind of a pain. I have enough fuel. I'll go over it more probably, but I want to do a warm-up lap, kind of make sure everything's sorted. Then I have time to adjust stuff. And then I'm going to do 3 sets of 3 laps, so that shouldn't be that bad. And that'll keep me going. And then hopefully, I don't know if Luke's going to show up like early, but probably ride with him, and then maybe at some point, if it's super bad, swap air filters, because I have a oiled air filter, so I just have to stick it on. Dual solemn race was good. Ended up winning. Didn't end up racing the dude who qualified first because he slipped a pedal and then got sent to small finals, and he ended up 3rd. But it looked like we would have been really close, so I'm a little bummed I didn't get to race him. So I ended up racing, I guess, whoever was technically 4th. Yeah, it was fun. Met lots of people. And it's cool because there's a few people interested in my product. I don't feel like grabbing it right now. I'm too tired. But yeah, very cool, very cool. I'll see you in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed. Got 4 done. It ended up taking just under 2.5 hours, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up having enough time today to get to 10. I'm gonna talk to him and see if I can. But for my pack, shout out Motorsport Roanoke. They got me this pack. It's the Outlander 4. It has a 3-liter bladder and then like a liter of storage, I guess. And then this next one, I'm going to run this also. This is the, what's it called? The Zulo 6, I think. 6-liter fanny pack for all my tools, and I'm over in Italy. I figured it would be better to have more room than not enough room, so I went with the bigger one. And I'm gonna just put a bunch of stuff. I'm probably just gonna run it empty and just see how it feels. Maybe put some stuff in it first, and then like the last chunk, put a bunch of stuff in it, because it has a 1.5 liter bladder, and I probably won't use that over there. So I think if I fill that, it'll be about the same weight as a bunch of tools. And yeah, so did 4, felt really good. Pulled off because I was gonna keep going, then probably smoke myself. So I'm gonna re-up my hydration pack, fit this, and then go out for probably another 4, and then just take another quick break, and then hopefully get the other 2 in when I can. See you later. I ended up being a bit disappointed because I didn't realize that Sunday they closed the loops an hour sooner, so they closed the loops at 3 instead of 4. So that's my bad for not checking, but that also means I only was able to get 8 in instead of 10 like I was hoping. But for those 8, the stats are, okay, so I did 94.11 miles in 5 hours, 5 minutes, with an average speed of 18.5 miles an hour. And then let's look at heart rate. Max speed of 43, average heart rate of 125, max of 166. And then this is the crazy one. Probably can't see it, but 17,000 feet of elevation change today. So big day in elevation wise, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of really fun hills, so you're going like constantly up and down the valleys and stuff. You can go watch the other video that I did last weekend of pre-riding it for him. But compared to that video, I wish I was doing that loop. It is so blown out. It's crazy. Like, apparently there were 440 riders that rode yesterday, and they haven't gotten rain in like, it feels like 3 weeks. Like it's been a while since I got any like proper precipitation, and so it's like it's just completely blowing apart. Like it's like somewhat fine like most of the time if you're by yourself, but as soon as you get like any dust from anyone else, and you get like the residual like hanging dust like over everything, you'll just be like cruising through, and then you'll just like hit a mine and like ping off trail. And so it was like just trying to stay up on the front of the bike to make sure that like I was just tracking good, and then if I did hit anything, then it wouldn't like end me. There was only like 2 sketchy moments. One, I was like cruising up, there's the first, there's an ABC split, and then after that there's a AB split, and then when you go up the hill, it's like all rocky, kind of ascending this not very steep hill, and I just got a little bit complacent, and then completely pinged off a rock right next to a tree and just broadsided straight into a tree. I was like, oh, like, can't be doing that now. And then I think before that, there's this one part where you're going like up an old road, and then you like kind of crest over and then take a left in, and must have jammed my rear brake too hard because completely stalled my bike coming over that crest, and then turned my bars 90, of course, and then completely planted on a rock and went just to bars, and almost rode straight into a big tree off the side of the track. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I did that one, but didn't fall. My only fall was when it was like right at the end of the day, last lap. I was sweeping and just got lazy in a corner, leaned in too much, and then just like must have hit a rock in the dust that I didn't see, and then just like completely just slid out doing like 5. I was going so slow, and I was so mad. I was like, I made it 90 miles and I crash on an easy corner. Of course, that's how it always goes, it seems like. But very sick trail for how like bad the conditions were, because like GNCC today, Mountaineer, I think,
it looked like that track was fully blown apart. That track looked horrible. So I'm glad it wasn't that bad here. I mean, I guess if you ran quads and completely messed up, but didn't have to worry about that here. It was sick. And so, done with my 2 big days back to back. Last night driving up was brutal, but yesterday had fun. Met a lot of cool people. Met some people I haven't seen in a while, or that I only see at that race pretty much. Shout out Gravity Soul. Ended up winning that, which I'm very happy with, and then came here, and I'm disappointed. I only got 8 laps in. Didn't crack 100 miles, but got pretty close. And it's funny, the only thing that hurts is like my forearm, like the bottom, it just shakes so much that like the shaking of my forearm has made my forearm sore, not like actually like using it, which I thought was funny. And yeah, it's like I guess getting shaken for 5 hours can make some stuff sore. But the other thing that I've learned recently, I think last weekend, is I've always gotten pretty bad headaches riding, and what ended up fixing that is just wearing earplugs. I just bought some, we have foam earplugs at work, and so I just grabbed a pair and then chopped a bit off of them so they weren't too fat, and I think I chopped one too much, but it's, and I don't get headaches anymore. It's so sick. I feel like I can like ride hard the whole time, don't feel like my head's messing with me. Before I'd like get done with 2 hours and be like, I feel like I have this huge migraine going on just because I have like a sound headache. And I didn't realize it was that big of a problem. But, and the bonus is I get to keep my hearing for longer. So that's always sick. But yeah, pretty sweet property out here. This is the setup. Just have a table, have my bike there. Very cool up here. And it's like, it's cooler than it is at home. But rode 5.5 hours. It only took 1,800 steps. That's how I like it. But yeah, oh, I also tried out the packs. I like the packs. The 3 liter, this one. I shouldn't have filled it up all the way because I didn't end up drinking a lot of it. It's still pretty full. Like, sure. Oh yeah. Of course, I dumped a ton of mix in there, and I only drank like maybe a couple 100 milliliters of it. But I like the pack a lot, and it's good training with it full most of the time anyway. And then this pack, this USWE, I like this a lot, but I think I had the kidney belt too tight because it was like cramping weird, and then I did the last lap without it and I felt fine. So I'm wondering if I just had this too tight, but so this USWE pack, this Zolo 6 maybe, it's pretty sweet because you have this front pocket which is zippered, and so you have these 2 zippers on the sides. And so you have, this is another zipped big pouch, and then you have these 3 storage compartments here. And then, like, plenty of storage. That can get pretty fat, and it's not going to be a problem. And there's Velcro, super nice. And then this is the main compartment where you keep this weird looking 1.5 liter pouch. But I just kind of threw some, like, random tools in this little bungeed area just to kind of simulate some weight being in there. And then it's also nice because it has these 2 side zippered pockets, but I'm not going to use that for hydration at all. I might just fill it up just to deal with the weight. And then so I'll be running both of these on the transfers in Italy. And then this is my favorite hydration by far, is this one. This scratch is my favorite ever. This hydration, the fruit punch, I tried like a couple of the other ones. I got the variety pack and I ended up liking this one the most. But 80 calories per scoop, and I usually do a scoop to like a scoop and a quarter depending. And so ended up being like 8.5 to fill this 3 liter pouch. And then I never really ran pouches because I used to run a neck brace, But since I got rid of the neck brace, it's been super easy to run one of these. And I just have this cranked all the way loose, and it's good there. And then, yeah, I'll still be running the same helmet. I got 2 new goggles coming. I thought I was going to have new gloves today because I've fully blown these out now. But hands are still looking fine. Definitely red with big old callus, but held on better than I thought. And so now I'm going to take some... Oh, I didn't try this super high carb. I wanted to try that, and I didn't end up getting around to it. But love this recovery mix. It's super nice. The only thing about this is only good for big days like today when you burn a lot of carbs, because if you look at it, it's got a lot of carbs versus how much protein it has. And so like huge days like this where you're burning a lot of carbs, super good. But like for working out and stuff, I still like to stick to normal protein powder. But definitely worth taking this after a day like today. And chocolate, of course, because chocolate's my favorite. But, And then got a set of bars. These bars I'm bringing to Italy. This is the Bend I Run. I forget what it's called. I think it's like the stock KTM bar. Or it's some... I forget whose Bend this is technically. But I gave this to Luke already, but I realized I need to shorten it because I run like a quarter off of each side of bars. And so I just need to chop a little bit off, and then I'm going to give it to him so his dad can stick them on the bike for me, so I don't have to deal with that when I get there. And so then I'm dealing with just bigger problems like suspension and stuff. And then I've been running these things all day. These are the light sensitive Scott lenses. These things are so sick. My absolute favorite, because they go to like almost full clear, and then in the sun they transition pretty quick. You can see how dark it is already. And then it's like not overbearing, so it's super nice for the woods because it's not overbearing. And then just always keep a tear off on there so it doesn't get too marked up. But yeah, that's my setup that I was sessing with today. And then besides that, just like all my standard gear. Motorsport Roanoke hooked me up with some Ryder Co gear for the race. And so I'll be running some fresh Ryder Co stuff for the race, which will be super nice. And then probably going to bring like 3 sets of gear, stuff it in my taco gear bag. And then I can't wait to get questioned for having a bunch of random powder on me. So that'll be interesting. See how that goes in the airport. But yeah, very excited to go to this race. Cannot wait. The bike looks so sick. They just came out their 25s. I'll see if I can ride one. I'm not sure. Not a huge fan of the gray, but still looks sick. Still such a sick bike. They go into single pipe this year, which is so good. I personally like single pipe a lot better. But yeah. So all in all, great weekend. And then I guess the next video, I'll probably just be starting to post about Italy when it happens. But yeah, see you guys around. Ripping!